What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. So we got some big news. Gemini just crushed their IPO, so big congrats to them. And we also are flashing altcoin season is happening now. I want to go over what this means and do I actually think we are again in altcoin season? The last time we were in this area up here was the end of 2024. Where there was legit an altcoin rally, an altcoin run. Right now, Bitcoin is 116K. A little earlier today, it was 116,700. So it's come down a little bit, but it's definitely up for the day, as you can see here. ETH is up around 4.5% at $4,500. And a lot of altcoins are doing insanely well, including Axon DAO. For the last week, it's up around 123%. Huge announcements with Axon DAO that I'll be covering very, very soon. And essentially, pick your altcoin. It's been a great day. This is the day to day. So I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about, first, congrats to Gemini. Yes. I want to go over Tyler Winklevoss talking to Andrew Ross Sorkin about how he thinks Bitcoin will go. Will Bitcoin go higher from here? And their reasoning for this. This is an interview that came out, I believe, today. So let me start out going over this interview. I'm just going to cut to a couple parts that I think are interesting here.
I think the last time we spoke to you was when we launched Gemini in 2015 in October, so almost 10 years ago today. And I think the price of Bitcoin was $380. And so we've come a long way, but we also think it's still very much the bottom of the first inning because we see Bitcoin trading at $1 million a Bitcoin if it disrupts gold. And we think Bitcoin is gold 2.0.
Yeah. So even though they came on and they talked to Andrew Ross Sorkin 10 years ago when Bitcoin was less than $400, he's still like, Bitcoin's going to $1 million. So we're still at the bottom of the first inning, he says.
We think there's easily a 10x from here. And it's still really early. And I think we'll be sitting here 10 years from now and looking back and saying, wow, today was really early.
He still thinks there's a 10x. Let me know in the comments if you think there's still a 10x. If you guys have been following my content for a while, you know that I believe there will be.
And I think few people actually listened back then, so hopefully more people listen today.
So they go on a little bit. It's an 8-minute video. And yeah, saying really good stuff. Essentially that we are just getting started. And I know it's crazy thinking like, oh, Bitcoin's over 100K. How can we just be getting started? Well, I tend to agree, right? If Bitcoin hits gold's market cap, we are doing way higher, right? Way, way higher. And I believe that'll happen. So I want to talk about this whole altcoin index chart that a lot of other content creators are talking about. So again, the last time it broke through this range was end of 2024, which was a legit altcoin season, especially taking a look at XRP. XRP had that insane run end of 2024. A lot of you guys were there, but if you forgot, let me just bring your attention right here. A lovely run from around 50 cents to $3.30, $3.40 in a matter of 2 months. That was an insane run. Now, will XRP do another 3x? Well, I think the market cap is too high for it to do that right now. That would just take an insane amount of capital. So I'm a little bit hesitant right now because this could be we're blipping into altcoin season and then we immediately drop back down. I would like it to go a lot higher and be sustained before I really, really call this like altcoin season again. I personally do hold a fair amount of coins that are not Bitcoin, and I always have, and I've always talked about that. So if altcoins massively outperform Bitcoin, if we see Bitcoin dominance technically go down, which I believe it'll still go up, but if we see Bitcoin dominance go down, that means the market cap of altcoins is getting larger and Bitcoin's market cap is getting smaller in terms of the entire crypto space. If we see that, I'm still going to capitalize, but it's still too early for me to call this altcoin season numero dos, right? Still a little bit too soon for that, but we are seeing some nice moves from altcoins right now. And, you know, if the Fed does better than expected rate cuts, if they do 350 basis point cuts, I mean, that would fuel altcoins a ton. But if they stick to what everyone's expecting, which is 325 basis point cuts, then I don't really see the market doing anything that would be unexpected. So take a look right here. The stock market still up for the day. I like keeping this because Trump did call the bottom when he said it's a great time to buy back in April. Little did we know, but we all should have piled in right at the bottom, as always. And when things begin to get euphoric, which I think could happen soon, especially if Bitcoin breaks a new all-time high and ETH blasts through $5,000, if that happens, I think things are going to get very, very excitingly euphoric. But I'll keep you guys posted on all that as well. And really quick, I want to talk about what happens after a rate cut. Well, we saw some rate cuts end of 2024, and we still saw several 10% drops in Bitcoin before we blasted through $100,000. So what happens after rate cuts? More volatility, always. There's always more volatility. Take a look what happened back in 2020 when there were the emergency rate cuts right around here. There was still a lot of volatility. And then ultimately, we saw the price continue to go up. So just be very careful with playing with leverage if that is something that you do. We saw around $400 million of liquidations over the last 24 hours because people were betting that the prices of cryptos would go down. Volatility is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, even if there are rate cuts, which I expect there to be. So that is it for the video, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.